Gateways Institute of Science and Technology. GIST was established the year 1994, and for 27 years, it is trusted to deliver quality education in 5 notable cities, namely Pasig City, located at 2nd floor Chowking Building, MH Del Pilar Street, corner Coruncho Avenue, San Nicolas, Pasig City. Antipolo City, located at Cogue Gate 2, Barangay Bagong Nayon, Marcos Highway, Antipolo City. Mandaluyong City, located at 3rd floor former Jollibee Calentong, corner General Calentong Street and Shaw Boulevard, Barangay Daang Bakal, Mandaluyong City. Quezon City, located at 2nd floor Herminia Building, near Fairview Center Mall, Barangay Greater Fairview, Commonwealth Avenue, Quezon City. And San Fernando City, Pampanga, located at 3rd floor PSP Building, Jose Abad Santos Avenue, North Walk, Barangay Dolores, San Fernando, Pampanga. This institution is registered to the Department of Education with permit to operate senior high school programs like ABM, or Accountancy, Business and Management, HUMS, or Humanities and Social Sciences, HE, or Home Economics, with specialization in cookery, food and beverage services, bartending, and bread and pastry production, ICT, or Information and Communications Technology, with specialization in computer system servicing and computer programming. GIST is also a Center of Technical Development certified by TESDA, or Technical Education and Skills Development Authority, to offer courses namely Information Technology System under TESDA Program of Computer System Servicing NC2, Hotel and Restaurant Services under the TESDA Programs Cookery NC2, Food and Beverage Services NC2, Bread and Pastry Production NC2, and Bartending NC2. In our pursuit to continuously provide quality services, we at GIST are very proud to share serious commitment in all of our undertakings through the development and implementation of Quality Assurance Management System. This initiative was already recognized by Technical Education and Skills Development Authority and awarded GIST as the first TVI in National Capital Region to receive Star Level 1, Center of Technical Development. We at GIST undertake to develop globally competitive skilled workers possessing multifaceted personalities, respect for professional and social ethics, and national values through global standard of education. We focus into the holistic development of every student to become viable in the global arena. In-demand system and discipline. Students are trained to be skillful in their respective fields of endeavor, based on the needs of the industry. Satisfaction of customers. In GIST, quality education need not be expensive. For that reason, all senior high school voucher recipients are entitled for no top-up, no down payment, no monthly fee, no hidden charges, and free 3 sets of uniforms with face-to-face classes per week. Technological advancement. We consider students' prominent technical talents and skills aligned with progression. Their talents are showcased in various skills competitions. GIST is in its remarkable triumphs as it proves its commitment to excellence, for we officially represented the National Capital Region for the Philippine National Skills Competition held last December 2021 and bagged the Medallion of Excellence in both restaurant services and cooking. From here on, GIST can aim higher, do better, and achieve greater. GIST is now even more empowered with its partnership with the world's best learning management system, the NEO-LMS, the premier learning management system used globally. GIST students can make use of NEO-LMS for free, with no top-up or additional cost to their voucher, and cost to their current tuition and miscellaneous fees. To aid our challenged stakeholders, both students and parents who cannot access the online distance learning, GIST also provides modular distance learning modality. Together with the advanced online distance learning modality through NEO-LMS and improved modular distance learning modality, GIST will make education's new normal a better one. For your queries, please contact us through the following platforms. And reserve a slot through our online reservation using the following links. So what are you waiting for? Be a part of emergent family of GIST. GIST will be of service as its advocacy, your technological partner to global competence.
We give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because He's given Jesus Christ, His Son. Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because He's given Jesus Christ, His Son. And now let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich because of what the Lord has done for us. And now let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich because of what the Lord has done for us. Give thanks. Sing it. We give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because He's given Jesus Christ, His Son, His Son. Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because He's given Jesus Christ, His Son. And now let the weak say,
Welcome to the TESTA online program. This is Netiquette, Basic Internet Etiquette for e-learning. Before we start with this course, let's go through the basic guidelines in e-learning. Just like in face-to-face learning, to succeed in a virtual classroom, you have to follow instructions, study hard, attend your classes, take notes, submit requirements on time, and participate in activities and discussions. Of course, all forms of dishonesty are still unacceptable and have similar consequences. At the same time, e-learning is different. We don't always get to see each other's faces, our expressions, gestures, and even hear the tone of how we speak, which are important nonverbal cues of communication. So, how do we make sure that we get to communicate and interact effectively with facilitators and learners in our e-learning classes? Well, with Netiquette. Netiquette, or Internet etiquette, is the proper and acceptable behavior in the Internet. It's how we conduct and engage in the online world. Basically, it's manners for the virtual society, and in our case, proper conduct in our e-learning courses. Here are the basic e-learning etiquette that we must observe in the duration of this course. Number 1. Be respectful. Always be respectful and considerate of your fellow netizens when communicating through email, discussion boards, chat rooms, and audio-video conferences. In addition, also be mindful of personal beliefs, backgrounds, spaces, and privacy. Number 2. Take e-learning seriously. As they say, what you put in the internet stays in the internet. Your conduct in the internet reflects who you are, and the same goes to e-learning. That's why it is important to think before you click. Always remember, review and edit before you send or post anything. Number 3. Be presentable. Present yourself properly in all the different platforms. If you will be seen or heard, wear appropriate clothes and make sure that your space is devoid of distractions such as inappropriate backgrounds and loud noises. Number 4. Read first. Read first instructions and scroll through threads before you comment. Do not ask what has already been stated. Ensure that you understand the context of what you are replying to. If you want to clarify something, make sure it hasn't been asked or said before. There might be things that you might have missed, so go through the thread or the text. If things are still not clear, then you may seek clarification. Number 5. Use proper language. When communicating online, please use proper language. Be clear and concise. Check your spelling and grammar, and avoid text speak and slang terms. Number 6. Mind your expressions. Expressing ourselves is very important. However, in the online world, there are times that we can be misinterpreted. Be careful with what you say and how you say it. Do not use caps lock. This can be considered as yelling. As mentioned earlier, use proper language. Also, avoid using emoticons, humor, and sarcasm. This may be interpreted differently. Others may not get it, and some may find it offensive. In addition, choose your words and tone down strong language. Difference in opinion can be settled through calm and courteous language and proper explanation. Number 7. Cite your sources. Ensure that you give credit when you reference something, especially when using quotes and ideas. Please practice proper citation and do not plagiarize. Number 8. Be precise. Be direct, objective, and brief with your comments. Stay on topic and avoid posting or commenting on things not connected to the subject at hand. Number 9. When providing a comment or opinion on a discussion topic, explain your stand and clarify what it means. Support your answer with proper references, but don't forget, be precise. Number 10. Identify what and whom you are referring to. In discussions, topics and comments may overlap. When you are commenting, always refer to the topic and to whom you are addressing the message or comment to. Example, "Hi Carla, regarding what you said about LO5, I agree with you. I think we can develop a rubrics for that." Number 11. Use standard fonts. Avoid fancy and stylized fonts as this can be distracting. In addition, use proper text sizes. 10 to 12 points are acceptable. Number 12. prepare for your activities and be on time. Prepare for synchronous activities such as audio-video conferencing and scheduled discussions. Be on time. Respect the time and bandwidth of others. Number 13. Wait for your turn. During audio-video conferencing and live discussions, allow others to finish their statements. Mute your microphone when it is not your turn. Notify the facilitator if you want to speak through the chat feature and wait to be recognized. And lastly, number 14, secure confidential information. Do not share your passwords to anyone and regularly update it. Do not send or share confidential information, most especially in informal platforms. There you go. Keep this in mind and I'm sure you'll succeed in your e-learning course. What are we waiting for? Let's start this class.
Good morning. Let me first check
Good morning.
yes, of your attendance. As I call your name, say present. Afante Teresa May. Ma'am, are you here? Next is Carranza Lay Samantha.
Present po.
Condinio Soledad.
Present po.
Cornejo Kyla May.
Present po.
Corpus Rowena. Cruz Jerly. De Leon Jan Alexis.
Present po, ma'am.
Hernandez Mario.
Present po.
Idano Jewel Venice. Ilagan Heidi. Lara Rogelani.
Present po.
Luna Candy Jane.
Present po.
Luna Kate Ina Marie. Murillo Miracle. Nitafan Marijoy.
Present po.
Ogayan Ernaline.
Present po.
Policarpio Niza.
Present po.
Brilliante Mary Dane.
Present po.
Resurrection Ashley Ann.
Present po, ma'am.
Reyes Argent. Reyes Vicky Marie. Rodeo Richelle.
Present po, ma'am.
San Pedro Mary Rose. Villegas Jeremy and Yap Rizalin.
Present po, Villegas.
Okay, so we are only 17 in our Zoom class today. So on Monday po, mag-start na po tayo ng ating face-to-face class, 9 o'clock to 12 and then 1 to 4. Yun yung magiging klase po natin. Then after that po, kung matatapos naman po kayo ng maaga din tayo makakauwi. So, magiging generous na ako sa inyo. Kayo na yung mag-schedule kung saan po kayo ang slot available at pwedeng makapasok. Siguraduhin lang kung ano yung sinulat ninyong, kung saan kayo nakasulat na schedule, doon kayo pupunta at araw-araw pong papasok. So, parang more or less 5 to 6 days lang naman po yung ating magiging face-to-face. And then after that would be your face-to-face entrepreneurship class. Do you have question po? And then for those mga kukuha ng t-shirt under Ma'am Rodeo Richelle, Saturday would be the release of your t-shirt here at the school. Sir Rodeo, as per Sir Angelito, what time daw po ang punta nila?
Wala pa po siyang binigay na oras, ma'am.
Oo,
Tatanong ko na lang po mamaya.
Para at least yung mga classmate mo, sila din po is mapapunta po natin dito. Question po.
Wala po, ma'am.
Okay, so ibibigay ko na po after ng class natin, isasend ko sa GC isasend ko sa GC yung listahan po. Doon kayo magsusulat kung saan po kayong schedule. So bali 9 to 12, 1 to 4. Pati kung ano po yung mga kailangan dalhin, nakasulat na rin po doon. Question po.
Wala na po, ma'am.
Okay, let's move on to our discussion po. So, NEO LMS po tayo. Lahat po ba kayo ay nakakasagot ng ating NEO LMS? May mga ibinigay na rin po ako kahapon na dapat ninyong sagutan. Tama po ba? Na-check niyo po ba? Kasi nagmo-monitor din po ako sa inyong NEO LMS. Nakikita ko kung sino yung mga sumasagot at kung sino na nabibigyan ng award. So kada may matatapos po kayo, nagkakaroon po kayo ng chance magkaroon ng award. So hindi yung pagkada matatapos po ninyo yung isang sasagutan may award. No po. Pag natapos niyo po yung para sa core, kunyari, prepare and produce bakery product. Natapos niyo po yung part na yon, yung buong lahat ng dapat sagutan dun sa core 1, may possibility na magkaroon tayo ng award. Pero kung kayo naman po ay may mga mabababang score, i-verify ko din po yon or nagma-manual checking din po ako. Para naman po daw dun sa mga sasagutan po na paano ma'am yan, kokopyahin po namin. Sagutan nyo po yun sa papel, picturean nyo, and then i-attach nyo po dito sa NEO LMS. Para mabigyan ko po yun ng grade. Nakagive na po yung sasagutan ninyo rito sa ating core 2, which is the true or false. Under siya ng decorate and present pastry. So ano po siya? Self-check 2.2. And then yung self-check po ng stored pastry product. Ilusin ko lang po yung due date niya is July 11. So July 22 na po. That's why late na yon kung move natin yung due date. So nakagive na po yung dalawang quiz nyo, activity nyo. So puntahan natin ang prepare and present the 2 torts and cakes. We're going to discuss the LO1, prepare sponge and cake. How do we do that? How do we prepare the sponge. So for the introduction to gato, torts, and cakes, nakikita po ang sinishare ni Ma'am Jobel before I proceed.
Yes, ma'am.
So, ang sabi natin dito, what are the objectives? At the end of the lesson, the student will be able to select required commodities according to recipe and production requirements, prepare a variety of sponge and cakes and gato. So, dito kasi gagawa po kasi kayo ng cake. Chiffon cake yung gagawin natin dito sa klase ko. So, syempre, bago nyo po gawin yon, you should know the exact recipe, how are you going to measure it. Kaya kailangan po, dito pa lang pag-usapan na natin. Yun yung objectives natin, gagawa ako ng cake. Sa lahat ng i-bake natin, ang objectives or goals natin is makaprepare ako ng tinapay, makaprepare ako ng tart, makaprepare ako ng cream puff, makaprepare ako ng, kasi sabi natin makapag-prepare pa lang eh. Then after you prepare it, you're going to mold it. After you mold it, you're going to pan it. That is under po ng cream puff, under ng ubi cheese pandesal, at under ng dinnerol. Pero pagka pinag-uusapan na po natin ay cakes, of course, imo-mold mo rin po ito according po dun sa available natin na tray or available na cake pan. Okay, so use appropriate equipment to prepare and bake sponge and cakes for gato. So ituturo po yun sa inyo. Pero not na si Ma'am Jubel yung maggagawa nun in front of you. No, hindi ako magde-demo and then magre-demo kayo. Hindi po. Sayang kasi yung time. May 3 hours lang akong allotted sa inyo. Pagdating dito sa school, mag-aasikaso kayo ng pagpe-prepare ng area. After mag-aasikaso ng prepare ng area, that is the time naman po na magluluto na kayo. Naintindihan po? Bake sponge and cake for gato, torts, and cakes to enterprise requirements and standard. Select correct oven condition for baking sponge cake for gato, torts, and cakes. You need to know ano yung temperature. Nagpe-preheat ba tayo? Bakit po tayo nagpe-preheat? Tanungin kayo sa assessment nyo, bakit kailangan mag-preheat? Sabihin natin, ma'am, nagpe-preheat po kami para po masanitize yung buong loob ng oven. And then, piniprepare na po natin yung oven dun sa required po na temperature sa baked product po natin. Ilang oras naman o ilang minuto naman po yung pag-preheat. Nagpe-preheat po tayo 10 to 20 minutes po. It depends po dun sa oven natin. More or less po, meron tayong 150 degrees Celsius or 350 degree Fahrenheit. Select correct oven condition. So yun yung under ng select oven condition for baking sponge and cake for gato, torts, and cakes. So we have here the definition. What is a gato? Traditionally, gato, torts, and are described as a cake or sponge soaked with syrup or liquor and layered with fillings such as buttercream, fresh cream, mousses, ganache, custard, fruits, and jelly. So pag daw sinabi natin gato or torts, it was soaked. Ibig sabihin, it was soaked into a liquor. This is a alcoholic, sabihin natin flavored drinks. That is a liquor. For example, chocolate. Pero meron tong small amount ng alcohol. Naintindihan po, hindi naman po ito nakakalasing. Gato is a French term, refers to all cakes and pastries of a certain size, usually bigger than 1 portion. Sinabi natin gato, usually ganito kalaki. Sa bread talk, usually may nakikita po kayo doon na parang slice cake na nakalagay siya sa maliit po na tray. Usually gold, tapos meron siyang cover. May transparent cover yon. So that is at least 1 to 2 serving. That is example of gato. Modern gato and torts finish including product which are glazed. As you look at this one, masked, spray, cover, or coated. As you look at this one, this is one example of gato. A small cake that could be served at least 1 to 2 portion. Kala mo lang siyang malaki, pero pag tinignan mo, that is a tiny. With the chocolate and marzipan, fresh cream, icing, or buttercream. Decoration should be suited to the texture of the cake so that the customer can experience the creamy, crispy, and crunch, and the fruity. So kailangan din, kung maglalagay ka dito ng pang-decoration mo dun sa cake, nagva-vary yung lasa niya. Hindi naman pa pwede na naglagay ako ng chocolate syrup tapos ito po ay mangga. So syempre, ibatay natin yung balancing flavor dun sa mga ingredients na ilalagay natin. Okay, so next we have here the traditionally gateau torts were decorated by slice due to high labor cost and introduction of plate design and decoration. When serving cakes and gateau, this is no longer required. Before, ito po ay individually na isiniserve ng at least portion. Kaya lang nga, because of the labor cost, so syempre, sabihin natin sa 8 oras ko, at least sa pagde-decoration ko pa lang, inaabot na ako ng 3 oras. Sabihin natin, 15 minutes kada isa. Divide mo yung 8 oras mo sa 15 minutes, yun lang yung nagagawa mo. Kaya ang ginagawa, isang decoration na lang, nakukonsumo, sabihin natin ito ng 15 minutes, and then, marami ng serving yon, more or less, 8 cuts po yung pwede nating magawa dun sa cake. Okay? There are endless possibility to create a new texture, flavor, and combination, and individuality in recognized by the consumer. Gateau can also be produced in slab and slice individually or produced in a small size, approximately 5 to 6 centimeter. As you look at this picture, these are the examples of gateau. So pwede nyo siyang i-zoom in. Kaya tingnan natin kung pwede ma-zoom in. Ay, sorry po, mali-mali. So ito po yung mga example po ng ating mga, sabihin natin, gateau. Okay, so prepare and bake sponge cake for gateau torts and cake. Select required commodities according to recipe and production requirements. Okay, so we have here the ingredients required for gateau torts. So these are the examples of ingredients for the gateau and torts are compilation of the following. We have here the cake base, pastry base, sponge base, meringue base, and Japanese base. So ibig sabihin yung pinaka-base ng cake natin, it could be a cake base. Pwedeng sponge, pwedeng chiffon. Pastry base, pwede pong katulad nito as you look at this one. So this one, this is a pie crust. So pwedeng siya po yung maging base. And then pie crust, and then there's a cake, and then there's a decoration of choux pastry or cream puff. Then we have here the meringue base. Pwede rin po yun. Japanese base. These are combination I combined with flavor fillings that are then decorated and presented for sale. For the fillings, we could use the cream, the mousse, fruits, jam for decoration. That is for the cream. For decor, we could use fruits, nuts, sliced or ground, roasted, chocolate motif or shape molded or cut to a specific design, glaze applied to add flavor and stimulate the product visually to the potential customer. These products are normally very elaborate and have several stages. So their production, it can take several days to produce just one product, and it is just because the professional pastry cook or Patissier has the storage capacity to produce and store these components that they are sold at a very competitive price. Some gato are traditional but modern day interpretation offer as much wider selection to the consumer. So a gato was normally based on a sponge cake. So tandaan na, a gato was normally based on a sponge cake that had 3 layers of sponge layer of cream and flavor syrup. The syrup was to replace moisture in the sponge that was lost due to staining. Yung gato, yung mga sabi natin sponge cake kasi natin, tandaan po, may tendency po daw ito na mag-stale, lalo na kung ito ay inilagay sa ref, inilagay natin sa freezer. For example, maramihang luto. So, syempre, minsan nag-stale siya. Minsan tumitigas yung gilid nito. So, ang ginagawa po is, we are going to put syrup to add moisture. Naintindihan, pwede natin itong spread ng syrup, pwedeng simple syrup, pwedeng liquor, yun yung ilalagay natin sa gato. A torts were originally pastry-based with the filling inside another mixture might act as a toppings over the filling. So, ang torts is just like a sans rival. Ang gato is typically the cake. 3-layer cake, 2-layer cake. Ang nabibili po nating mga birthday cake sa Red Ribbon, sa Goldilocks. Those are example of gato. Example ng torts is the sans rival. Question. Staling is a term that describes loss of moisture from starch-based products such as bread and cake. It does not mean it is not up to standard. It does not mean it is old. It just means it's not as moist as it was first produced. So, ibig sabihin, the good quality fruit cake is normally 4 weeks old before it is put up for sale. So, that is for the fruit cake. Yan yung finiferment muna, yan yung araw-araw nilalagyan po natin yan ng brandy. Tapos ina-absorb po ng tinap ng cake yon. Then after po ng 4 weeks, 2 months mo yun, sabihin natin, spread ng liquor or ng brandy, then tsaka mo pa lang siya po pwedeng ibenta. Okay, so dito natin pag-uusapan naman yung iba't ibang uri. Dadaanan na lang natin yung iba't ibang uri ng mga ingredients na ginagamit natin sa paggawa ng cake. Kasi na-discuss na natin to sa Baking Basic. So of course, we have here the cake flour. Cakes are made in many ways. It does not matter what type of cake, sponge, or base product that you make for a gato or tort. It does not matter what flavor, cream, or filling that is used. It does not matter how it is decorated. What does matter? It is a manufacture from ingredients that appear fit for human consumption, that it can be used to manufacture the product. Make sure lang na yung ginagamit mo is fitted for human consumption. Okay, so produce a variety of a sponge cake for gato, torts, and cakes according to standard recipe and enterprise standard. Some classical European standard, we have here the Black Forest. So I want you to make your own design of cake. For example, sabihin natin ni Ma'am Rogelani, gagawa po ako ng Black Forest or ube cake. Tapos, ang cake ko noon is ube sponge cake. Ang cream ko noon is, sabihin natin, I use whipped cream. Then I use ube. Sabihin natin, I use ube syrup. Then together with, sabihin natin, grated cheese on top. And then I added makapuno at the middle or at the center of the cake. So yun yung gagawin mong example ng cake. Kasi may bibigay din akong example sa inyo ng cake para at least you have the idea kung paano gawin yung sinasabi ni Ma'am Jubel. Kasi katulad po nitong ito po, highlight ko ha. So katulad po nito. So look at this one, ito po yung sinasabi. Chocolate sponge cake po ito with cream, with rich liquor, and then there is a sugar syrup, and then there is a cherry and a chocolate strip and shaving. So, naiintindihan po ba? May katanungan po ba? Kung wala po tayong tanong, let's move on po. Use appropriate equipment to prepare and bake a sponge cake for gato, torts, and cake. Equipment may include the scale, bowl, mixing machine, oven, trays, racks, fridge, freezer, blender, dough break, rolling pin, piping bags, nozzle, wooden spoon, rings, tins, and mold, and cutter. The equipment needed will depend on the product being produced. So ito lang yung mga kinakailangan ninyo. Kailangan meron kayo nito. Pero hindi sinabi na lahat po ito ay kailangan mo para makagawa ng cake. For example, you need the bowl, a mixing machine, and a scale. And of course, the oven and the tray and the rack para makakreate ka ng cake. Kapag ka nakapag-decorate ka na, you need also the freezer or the fridge. Naintindihan po? Use correct techniques to produce a sponge cake for gato torts. The technique should include beating. Tatandaan pa po ba yung mixing method natin na pinag-usapan? Which is the beating?
Yes, po.
Yes. The whisking, folding, creaming method or the creaming, the kneading, bread, cutting, piping. So tandaan po natin to. Screenshot nyo to para at least, but anyway naman po ito ay nasa niyo LMS. Bake sponge cake for gato torts cakes to enterprise requirements and standard. So tinitignan po natin daw the product characteristic that customer look for come from the following. So tinitignan natin ang color of the product, appearance, consistency. Ito ba ay sinabi natin ito ay soft? Ito ba ay matigas? Ito ba ay sunog? Next, we have the moisture content in the mouthfeel. Pag kinain mo, anong pakiramdam mo? Hindi sinabi na yung pakiramdam ko ay parang kumakain, nabusog ako. No. Nag-melt ba sa mouth mo yung tinapay? Nung kinain mo, nahirinan ka ba? So that is the mouthfeel. Question. Wala po. I-give ko na po yung para sa gato. Para meron kayong sasagutan. That is also a matching type. Prepare and use the filling. May mga video po rito. So, you're going to watch that during your asynchronous class. Prepare and use of the filling. So, I'm going to give this also para po sa prepare and use of filling. Miss Mira, kailan dyan ka ba? O, quiet lang po muna. Nakikita po ang sinishare ni ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, po.
Okay, prepare fillings, coating, and icing, and decoration. So, select requirements and required commodities according to recipe and production requirements. Commodities for fillings can be sourced from many areas. First, we have here gato. Layers of cake or sponge with layers of flavor, cream, between cakes or sponge layer infused with flavor that will enhance the final product. The filling can include the following: the buttercream, made either way, the French, Italian, and of course, we have also the, may Korean na rin pong buttercream. Pero pag titignan mo lang din siya, it was the same. Minsan, they added lang the royal, para lang siyang may simple syrup, imbis na you're going to add it direct na yung sugar, so nagsisimple syrup ka. This buttercream can be flavored to any flavor that may be required. This flavoring should be subtle in flavor. Coloring can also be applied to the requirements of the enterprise. Again, subtle is best, but brightness is required, and then that is okay. The fresh cream can be flavored and colored, but care must be taken that is kept chilled. It is not over whipped. This will cause the cream to split and become unstable. Creme shibuse is a mixture that varies actual composition, but it is usually cream patisserie and Italian meringue mixed in varying proportion. Cream patisserie can be used as a filling for gateau. Flavor and other ingredients can be added as needed. Okay. Fresh cream and cream patisserie can be extra stability added by using gelatin after they have been mixed. Point of gateau making. A finished gateau should not be higher than 5 cm without the decoration. Ang gateau, it should not be higher than 5 cm kung wala pang decoration. A gateau has generally 3 layers of sponge and 2 layers of filling. So 5 siya. Meron siyang 3 na sponge and then merong 2 layer ng filling. The sponge layer are moistened with flavored sugar syrup. So, usual flavoring is a liqueur. The sponge and filling layers should be of equal thickness. Ulit, the sponge and filling layer should be of equal thickness. Kailangan kung ganito kalaki po yung sponge, ganito rin kalaki dapat yun or kakapal yung filling. Use a decoration that dispute the filling of the gateau. A gateau of 21 cm could be divided into 12 or 16 pieces if used as a dessert. So nakikita nyo, ganyan yung pagkat. The decoration can be determined the apparent size of the gateau. The high point on the outside makes the gateau give more valence and make it seems larger. Elegance of gateau. So ito yung mga gateau. Okay, so ito naman yung torts. This will normally have slightly different construction than a gateau. Pastry base lined into a mold, sweeter layer jam, then an almond cream is placed on top. No, ang torts kasi, it's just a sans rival. So may cover din siya. Nakakita na po ba kayo ng sans rival? Alam ko naman lahat tayo nakakain na nun. Yun yung parang may almond. Tapos matigas yung layering niya. That is a torts. Okay, so these are the other type of shortbread. No, next is prepare a variety of fillings, coating, icing. Buttercream may be flavored with liquor, pulps, and other flavors. Spoiled cream may be custard, Bavarius, wine cream, and chibots. Also commonly used in modern patisserie are poached cream like cream caramel or creme brulee. Chocolate may be used as ganache, either with butter or fresh cream, flavors or liqueur or bake. Fresh and cookie cheese filling may include sweet mixture of cottage cheese, cream cheese, ricotta, mascarpone, fruit may be used fresh, poached as a pulp, boiled, and as thickened with pectin, gelatin or starch or jelly jam. So ito yung mga example ng pwede natin maging filling. Question po? How do we decorate? Assemble the 2 torts and cakes. At the end of the lesson, The student will be able to assemble required commodities and or preparation. Assemble the 2 torts and cakes according to recipe. Instruction: use appropriate equipment to assemble cakes for the 2 torts and cakes. Use correct techniques to assemble cakes for the 2 torts and cakes. Assemble required commodities and or preparation. Commodities and or preparation. Base. The base would be sponge cake, butter cake, Japanese, duckways. So, ibig sabihin, ito yung mga base natin. Next natin. For the shortbread, ito naman yung mga example ng shortbread. Next, we have here the puff pastry. These are the example of puff pastry. Choux pastry, cream puff, eclair. Then we have here the fillings, buttercream, mousses, chibustre cream, cream patissier, ganache, fruits. So ito lang yung mga pinapakita ko sa inyo na maaari ninyong gamitin as a filling. Guys, sa paggawa niyo po ng cake, you need to bring your own pang-decorate ng cake at lalagyan po box ng cake nyo. Bakit po? For the reason nga po na hindi po kasi tayo pwedeng gumamit ng, for example, yung Tupperware lang na typical na ginagamit sa bahay. Kasi kasama po sa bread and pastry yung packaging. And then para presentable naman kung iuwi niyo po siya. Naintindihan po, may packaging, pang-decorate ng cake ninyo. Yun lang naman po yung kailangan yung dalhin. For example, gusto nyo pretzel po ang ilalagay ninyo, gusto nyo may nips, iuwi nyo po kasi yung cake na yon. Next natin, stored cake. Next, we have here the store cake. How do we store cakes? So, the store the 2 torts and cakes. Store at the correct temperature and condition of storage. Maintain maximum eating quality, appearance, and freshness. Away from strong odor, all the 2 needs to be protected from strong odor like onion, garlic that may be present in some cool room in a kitchen. So kung lalagyan na lang to ng cake, cake lang lahat. Wala kang ilalagay dito ng vegetables or meats. For example naman, may pie ka dito na sabihin natin savory. Do not combine the pie on the cake sa pag-i-store. May sarili pong lalagayan si pantry, si pastry, at si cake. Cool room temperature. Most gato will need to be chilled because of the nature of the ingredients. Why? What is the nature? This is a dairy. Nagme-melt ito. Pwede po itong masira. Kung tatanggalin natin to sa chiller. Naintindihan po, appropriate container. So ito yung sinasabi natin. We need to use appropriate container. Baka naman gawin nyo, hati-hatiin nyo yun. Ano yun? Para nang nag-sharon kayo nung tinake out ninyo, hati-hati. Siyempre, titignan yung packaging. Magpipicture kayo na dala-dala nyo yung cake nyo na naka-packaging. Kasi sabi, appropriate container, use appropriate container. Appropriate container ba yung lalagyan ng ice cream? Yung Tupperware na usually, nilagyan ng Magnolia, Selecta, tapos doon ilalagay yung take-out mo. Use appropriate clamshell. Naintindihan po. Okay, next is when applying decoration, packaging size need to be taken into a consideration. You need to add labeling. Kunyari, kumuha ka ng 10 cake. O 2 ang mocha, 2 ang chocolate, 2 ang strawberry, 2 ube. So, kailangan lagyan mo ng label, alin ang ube, alin ang strawberry. Kasi baka mamaya, meron na silang decoration. hindi mo na ma-identify. Ukitin mo yung tanggalin mo yung icing para malaman mo alin po yung ube, alin ng chocolate, alin ng mocha, alin ng vanilla. Hindi po ganon. Lagyan ng label yung container o yung kanyang box para kung andyan na yung bibili, ibibigay mo na lang po sa kanya. Cool room place. So, lahat ng cake natin, it should be placed in a cool room placement. Naintindihan po? Next natin, unsealable food. All purchaser have the right to be able to purchase food that will last a certain period of time past the time of purchase. This will vary from food product to food product. So, ibig sabihin, kinuha ko po dito sa Villanueva Restaurant. Ito ginagawa yung cake na i-deliver kay Villanueva Bake Shop at dadalhin dito naman kay Canteen, Villanueva Canteen. So, syempre, yung shelf lives nun, shelf life po nung product na yun, tsaka yung proper na pag-transfer natin nun, nakaka-apekto po yun doon sa product natin. Naintindihan po? So, kung itatransfer mo yun, tatransfer mo yung pagkain from, yung cake from another place to another place, kailangan po is freezer yon, safe po yung box, safe yung lalagyanan nun, para naman po, wala kang magiging aberya kung ibebenta mo na siya. Length of time in freezer storage. Time in the freezer will vary, but the sheer product like the 2 should only be in the freezer for a weekly period. Freezing will have a drying effect on a product. The longer product is in frozen state, the more likely quality will diminish. Staling, of course, ito na yung sinasabi ko sa inyo. All bakery product will stale. Stale is the process during the optimum eating phase. Staling can be in several forms. Air passes through the product and dries the product out. Moisture from the air enters the product, so it loses some of the eating quality. Okay, so scholar, do you have any question with what we are discussing? May tanong po ba? We're done with our core 3. Bukas po ay core 5, ay core 4 at saka core 5 tayo. Bukas ay pag-uusapan po natin ang prepare and display petty for present dessert. So, we're going to discuss the core 4 and core 5 tomorrow. Question. May tanong po ba? Ako ang magtatanong. Ano ang natutunan natin, Ma'am Carranza, for today class? Ano na lang po ako, feedbacking na lang ako. Anong natutunan? Yes, ma'am. Yes, basahin ko po. Sige, check niyo po. Ano po ang inyong natutunan today? What have you learned? Okay po. Sana si ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Ano po ang natutunan today? Para pa-message na lang, Ma'am Carranza, Lay Samantha. Puntahan natin si Miracle. Ano ang natutunan mo today, Ma'am Miracle?
Yung natutunan ko po is yung mga proper equipments na ginagamit for baking sponges, pati po dun sa tamang ratio kapag maglalagay po tayo ng filling dun po sa kung yung cake natin is ganun kakapal yung filling po natin, ganun po din dapat po. And po.
Okay po, salamat po. Yes po, Ma'am Rizalyn Lacandazo.
Ibang feeling na pwedeng gawin sa cake. Halimbawa po yung mga gulay, icing sugar, mga ganas po, ganun.
Opo, Ma'am Rizalyn, pwede mo pong i-type, parang medyo garalgal po yung mic mo. Pwede mo na lang pong i-chat po kung medyo ano po, Mahina yung ating...
Okay po, ma'am.
Okay po. So thank you po, Ma'am Carranza. I learned about the different types of cakes and their kinds of fillings. Salamat po. Yes, Sir Mario, baka may gusto kang i-share. What have you learned for today?
Yeah, yun pong paggawa ng paggawa and present and packaging, storing ng gato, torts, and cakes.
Okay, marami pong salamat. Yes po. So, maraming salamat para sa araw na ito, dear scholar. So, pwede na tayo mag-open ng ating camera. Ulitin ko po pala para doon sa aking mga estudyante, Ma'am Rodeo Rochelle, paki-advise na lang po si Sir Angelito, pakitanong anong oras dapat pumunta dito yung mga classmate mo para makuha ang t-shirt. Nandito naman din po ako bukas, ma'am. In-expect ko si ma'am. Opo, pwedeng cream
Okay
ice.
po, ma'am.
Opo. Salamat po, Ma'am Rizalyn. Salamat, Ma'am Rodeo Rochelle. Yes, Ma'am Rosalani Lara, see you tomorrow and other of my student. Ma'am Miracle, may tanong ako, saan po ba nakatira si Ma'am Plantilla? Hindi mo alam. Hindi po. Okay po. Sige, Ma'am. So, but anyway, open your cam, paki-open lahat ang camera natin. We are only 17. Mag-picture na ako. Okay. Wow, si Ma'am Mary Dane. Ma'am Mary Dane, kailan ka daw pupunta dito sa school? Pwede mo naman isama si Baby. Dali mo lang si Baby dito.
After lunch po, ma'am, nag-PM po ako kay Ma'am Teresa.
Opo. Tsaka saan ba si Ma'am Girly Cruz? Kailangan po kayo, Ma'am Girly Cruz. Kung pwede lang ipasok na lang dito sa computer yung mga pipirmahan nyo. Kaso hindi pwede yon. Expect ko po kayo ha. Para at least yung mga minessage po, pakipunta na lang po sa school. Pakidala na lang po tayo ng mga needed na ipapasa. Kasi mag-start na tayo ng face-to-face. Naku, baka mamaya. Ang walang t-shirt, walang face-to-face. Hindi kompleto ng documents, di kayo magpe-face-to-face. Naintindihan po si Ma'am Jubel?
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
so, picture na tayo. The count of 1, 2, 3, smile po. 1, 2, 3. Ma'am Karan, sa patas ng pababa ng konti yung ano mo, hindi masyado makita yung face mo. Apaganda ni Ma'am Karan. Sa baba mong konti yung ano mo, gadget mo para makita yung buong mukha mo. Half lang yung nakikita, madam. Ayan. 1, 2, 3. Smile. Okay, thank you so much for this wonderful day. Hope to see you again tomorrow in our online class and hope to see you on Monday in our face-to-face class. Maraming salamat. Permission to leave. End ko na po ang ating stream. Naibigay ko naman na po kung ano po yung link